It is just after 8 a.m. here on day 24. It is also June 16th, Father's Day, so happy Father's Day, Dad, though you're probably watching this sometime in the fall. So, anyway, so we hiked about 3 miles out of Daleville last night, and it was my first time setting up my tent in the dark. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I've been taking it down in the dark pretty much every day, with a few exceptions so far. And yeah, we're in Northern Virginia now, and seemingly right on cue, the trail is nice and smooth and well graded for the most part. There's a couple steep spots and a couple rocky spots, but for the most part, it's been pretty smooth. So the plan for today is to just see how many miles I can get by 8 p.m. I've been hiking after dark the last 2 nights, and I do want to stop relatively early tonight. And I only have about less than 50 miles from here to Glasgow, where my next box is. And I'd like to be there sometime, maybe late morning tomorrow, and then I have to get a shuttle or a hitch or something to get my box. And you know, the original plan was to stay in Glasgow last night. Obviously that didn't happen, and I don't want to stay there tomorrow night. That's not enough miles. So get out of there sometime in the afternoon, hike on, and then be in Waynesboro, mile 863. I'm at like 740 right now, I think. But be there Wednesday in the evening, and then stay at the hostel and maybe sleep in a little bit and get a little bit of a later start, because you know, 6.5 hours of sleep doing these big days is really not enough. So I've been kind of falling behind. I was feeling a little sleepy yesterday on the trail. I slept like a log last night with my new sleeping pad. So yeah, like I could definitely still be sleeping right now. And you walking in the morning, like you see people's tents still set up, and it's close to 9 a.m. So people taking their sweet time out here, which is fine. But yeah, that's what's going on day 24. Check back in later. All right, so that's about to be some breakfast. Peanut butter, Fritos, and some like Reese's peanut butter chocolate spread. Should be yummy. All right, here's the famed guillotine. Hopefully that rock doesn't fall as I go under here. Oh man, I'm worried. Survive. All right, good morning here on day 25. So last night, after struggling all day with the heat and not getting enough water, just my Sawyer here needs to be back flushed, and it's a little bit leaky. So I just had trouble getting all the water I needed yesterday. And fortunately though, we had to climb at the end of the day, and I was able to get to a higher elevation where it was just a little bit cooler and more comfortable for camp. So that was good. And today I got up around 4. I was walking before 4:30, and the plan for today is to get down to the James River, which is only about 7 miles from where I am now. So it should be there in maybe 2.5 hours. So around 1 o'clock, I'm thinking. And when I stopped for breakfast like an hour ago or so, I called Stanimals, and they only really do the shuttle service for people who are planning on staying the night. I'd love to stay the night, but I had to get in some more miles today. So the plan is to get down there at 1 o'clock, hopefully get a hitch, or get lucky and there's another shuttle or something going on when I get down there. I can tag along in, get my resupply, get a quick bite to eat, get my mail drop, and be out of there, hopefully back on trail by between 4 and 5 sometime today. And then I'd like to be able to get like another 10 miles or so back out of Glasgow. So we'll see how well this all works out today, but definitely need more than a 20 today. And then I did order a Catadine B-free water filter up to Waynesboro, and the plan is to be there by Wednesday. It's about, I want to say 80 miles from where I am right now. So that's why I'd like to get 10 in, because then it'd be less than 70 in 2 days, which is very doable. More than 70 in 2 days, I really do have to push that. So if I can just keep it to low 30s and maybe do a little bit of a bigger day tomorrow, just having a full day of hiking without having to worry about any shuttles or post office trips or anything like that, should be able to get a pretty big day in, and then not have to get into Waynesboro too late on Wednesday is the plan. And then Harper's Ferry next Monday, which would be 32 days to Harper's Ferry. So that's what I'm looking at. And then get to halfway in 34 days. So then I'll have 36 days for the second half of the trail. So that's kind of the more long-term plan right now. But yeah, it's exciting. The miles are happening, closing in at 800 here, which I'll probably hit tomorrow morning sometime. But the trail is nice and easy. Right now it should be a pretty fast hike down to the James River. So yeah, that'll be good. We'll check back in later once I kind of find out what the hell happens with this hitch. So yeah, should be a good one. All right, coming over the James River footbridge here. The historic James River. Nice and wide. You see how they took those big ships down here back in the day. So pretty neat. All right, so back on trail. Got a ride from someone right when I got down here, and then got a shuttle back. It's almost 4 o'clock right now, so that worked out perfectly. Got my resupply, and it looks like we're about to get dumped on, so it should be an interesting afternoon. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I don't think it's supposed to last too long. If we do get rained on, and we got a little bit of a dry section coming up. We got like 1.5 miles to a water source, and then the next one is not until another 10 miles. So probably going to carry 2 liters in case I do decide to camp before that 10 miles, so I don't have to make those miles, but I'd like to get that 10, so we'll see what happens. Storm just passed. There might be another 1 or 2 on the horizon, but look at that view. Yeah, look at that spider web. That spider almost walked. All right, it's almost noon here on day 26. Got about 17 miles in so far for the day, so not too bad. Would like to hit a mid-30 today, so we're on pace for that. And coming over this bald up here, so this is the highest we're going to be for a while. Well, today and tomorrow we do have some just under 4,000 foot ridge lines, and we're not going to go back over 4,000 feet again until I think Mount Killington, all the way in Vermont. So it'll be quite some time, but we're into it now. It's a little cool up here. It's starting to cloud up, and it looks like I'd be happy if the clouds stayed like this, but these look like they're going to become thunderstorms. So we'll see what happens later this afternoon. But just as long as it's not like a constant deluge, that's fine with me. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And up on these ridge lines, it can be pretty dry, like no streams or anything. So there's one, I think, in maybe 1.5 miles, but it's like a 0.3 down the hill. Then there's one like 3 miles after that. So we'll see how I feel when I get there, but I think I'm just gonna try to push and not have to do that 0.3 side trip. So yeah, should be in Waynesboro tomorrow, and yeah, get there I think probably around 6, which will give me plenty of time to get a resupply, relax, and then just take whatever shuttle I can back to the trail at not a super crazy early hour and get 10 hours of sleep tomorrow night is the plan, because I need it. These big days on 6.5 hours of sleep at best every night starting to take its toll. I was feeling pretty sluggish this morning. I'm still a little tired, but I feel a little better after eating, so that's good. Alright, well, that's what's going on here on day 26. We'll check back in later. So this is a small taste of just how rocky it's been today. It's been tough. Alright, it is around 11:30 here on day 27. Only about 12 miles in so far for today. Got a little bit of a later start. Did hit snooze this morning. I was pretty tired and didn't end up waking up till like 4:45. I was hiking about 5:15, and then I had to climb up to 3 ridges, which proved to be quite difficult. It was steep, extremely rocky, and I've just been going slow today. My feet hurt. Some steps, my right big toe feels very inflamed, and it's gotten better now, but my left foot, like right under the arc, was feeling pain with like every footfall. So I need some rest, definitely. So the plan is to get into Waynesboro. Should have another about, 16 or so miles, maybe 17, to get down there, and then sleep in tomorrow. I really do need a full 10 hours of sleep, and take a CBD pill tonight, and hopefully some of this inflammation will go down. And then the Shenandoahs tomorrow. The terrain should be a lot easier. This section, ever since Glasgow, ever since the James River, it's been really tough. I've been very surprised. I thought the terrain was going to be easier, but it's been extremely rocky, just slow going. So yeah, I thought I was getting to a flat spot to take out my phone to this video, but it was flat and smooth for, less than 1/10 of a mile. Then we're back on all these crazy rocks. So I should put the phone away and get over these rocks here. So we'll check back in when I get close to Waynesboro. And there is a Chinese buffet in town I'm very much looking forward to. Oh my God, these rocks are relentless. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not easy. So keep grinding and we'll check back in. All right, so I just made it down to Rockfish Gap. Well, up to Rockfish Gap. We had to climb up a little bit to get up here. But it thunderstormed, rained pretty hard for a bit. And I just called Stanimals, and they're coming to pick me up here at the Gap and take me to town. It's starting to drizzle now again, so it's a little unfortunate. But hopefully they'll be up here before it rains hard. So yeah, we'll see. Really happy to get the miles in today. It was pretty tough this morning, especially with all the rocks. But we had Trail Magic 3 different occasions. One was a gentleman who was a day hiker, just had a thing of Snickers. Apparently he thru-hiked in 2011. And then another, a 2017 thru-hiker, I think. I forget his name. Had a cooler and some things out at Reed's Gap. And then another couple had some coolers and a bunch of snacks and stuff. So yeah, it got better each time. It was pretty neat. But yeah, so was well fed today for sure. But apparently there's a Chinese buffet in town, so I am looking forward to that. So hopefully I'll get down there, get showered, get everything together, and it's not too far, so that would be nice. So, but yeah, it was a good day. I'm happy to be in Waynesboro now, and yeah, we'll hit the Shenandoahs tomorrow, so that should be fun.